Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Wolverine and Kitty Pryde #1. This is a new book from Marvel Comics. This book takes place in a prior continuity, and I will be very honest. The main reason I picked this book up was because of this really cool cover. I don't normally like to read. Um, Books that are out of the main continuity, especially those that are taking a flashback to a long gone era, as you can probably tell. But this one, of course, written by Chris Claremont, who wrote this original storyline, and the book tells you, it has editor's notes as to tell you like where and when this is happening. This has art by Damian Cusero. We'll talk about that in a second. Colors by Carlos Lopez, letters by Anna Meher. In this book, Chris Claremont returns to the fan favorite duo when Kitty Pryde nearly lost her soul to Ogun during her journey to Japan. Logan was there to keep the youngest X-Men on the path to good, but as the mysterious force threatens their lives while staying with Mariko Yashida, it's going to take all of their combined mutant, ninja, and fighting skills to protect those they love. An all-new adventure set in the aftermath of Chris Claremont's legendary Kitty Pryde and the Wolverine limited series at last tells the full story of the duo's journey in Japan before returning to the X-Men and the heartbreak, trials, and tribulations that made the characters what they are today. Also, this is I love in the synopsis when they add. By the way, there are multiple first appearances of characters here, so this is a collector's issue, right? So make sure to pick it up. Which I don't know if maybe if that's a selling point for you, then good on you. But if not, then I don't know. I don't know. That's not really why I buy comic books. I buy comic books to read cool stories and look at really cool stuff. So this will be collected eventually. I think it has a release date of like for December of this year. But I enjoyed the book. I was surprised as to how much I enjoyed it, and I shouldn't be surprised because these are two of my favorite characters. I love their relationship. I really think that, of course, Chris Claremont, and I've read that Kitty and Wolverine story from long ago. Um, they're from I think 1984 maybe. So I am familiar with although it's not fresh in my mind, I am familiar with those events, and kind of how different the characters were written when Claremont was doing them. But it's a good time. It's a fun time. I don't know that you can have a bad story with these two if they're written well. And of course, Chris Claremont is able to capture those voices. I think one of the standout things for me in this book was Damian Cusero's art. How they managed to really recapture the essence of those original comics. I don't even remember who might have done the art for those at the time, but they just really managed to capture that. But it still has a little bit of a contemporary flair. Like it feels like they've been a little bit updated, and you'll see some of the preview art scrolling around in the video at some point. But yeah, I really like that. I really like the art. I like the design of Kitty. She looks like a teenager. She's got the short hair. She's a little bratty, but also she's been through a lot. And then Wolverine in this era was a little bit more of no nonsense type of fellow. Like he was a little more gruff. He's softened a bit, I think, in the more recent decades, since the 80s. Yeah, Wolverine's had a lot of growth as a person and as a character. So it's really interesting to go back and kind of hear that different voice and see that different Wolverine. So this was great though. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to trade weight this though because, like I said, I don't particularly enjoy reading books out of continuity, and I think the move here is going to be go back, reread Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, and then read this trade, and then just get the full story. I feel like Chris Claremont always had a lot of plans to make those stories maybe longer than they ended up being printed. He had an alternate end for the Phoenix Saga. He had alternate plans for a lot of things, but then editorial sometimes because of story reasons or whatever business reasons they sometimes did not come to fruition. So I'm glad that Marvel is giving him some time to revisit those stories, revisit that world, and this was a really fun one. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of my favorite ones of the Claremont comeback era because he's done a few. He did a Gambit, he did a Storm, and those were okay. But this one right now, really high expectations for me. And then, like I said, this cover, oh my god, who's this by? I really picked it up because of this cover. I think it's Adi Granov, and it makes sense. I love Granov's work. So if you picked up Wolverine and Kitty Pryde #1, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.